advised last year at the end of the year that we were not going to have an announcer. Not because of anything bad, just he decided obviously he has a regular job to hold up. So, well, we'll have to find somebody. So I put some feelers out as to who wanted to be the voice of male football. And often, as when you do with coaches, I got no replies. And a couple of people did call and say they could do a couple games. We even talked about rotating it, having a guest commentator each week. But I told Mr. Britt what we really needed, with no disrespect to anyone else, but what we really needed was Steve Dickerson. So, along with Mr. Holman, we set Mr. Dickerson up. And he kind of called him, and then I called him a little bit later, unbeknownst to Mr. Dickerson, in our attempt to bring him back to Mayo for the 2015 season. And I am very happy to say that Steve, he had done the program for many years, was our announcer for many years, and I told him we were going to win a state title, that it was going to be a magical year. He would regret it for the rest of his life if he didn't come to it. Well, I was right.
You're right.
And so I would like Mr. Dickerson to come forward. I decided after I saw all of the all-state teams, and as Coach Wolf reflected, it's a little ridiculous that we don't have any more kids. I decided to become the KHSA authority. So, on behalf of the KHSA, we are naming you as the Outstanding Announcer Award for 2015.
You know, not that I'm planning a speech. I've been around Mayo High School a really long time, and I don't remember things like I used to. But I've got to say, he did say it's going to be a special year and you don't want to miss it. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, let me think about it. And they were in cahoots. It's exactly what he said. It was a setup, and they pulled it off pretty well. But I tell you what, I'm glad they did. And I said, there's one condition, though. I got to be able to bring all those old geezers that I hang around with. I got to be able to do it. They got to all come back with me in the press box. He said, you got it. So I'm going to say something. First of all, Dr. Jury, congratulations. Faculty, staff, every students in Mayo High School, congratulations. You'll never forget this year. Coach Wolf, your assistant coaches, congratulations. And most of all, players in the 2015 Class 6A state champions, undefeated, go Dogs, that's awesome. But I want to say something about these guys that I hang around with. Because Coach Wolf, I don't know if you hear it from your assistant coaches who work up on top, but we got a whole other world going on in that press box. It has nothing to do with the concession stand, not that there's anything wrong with the concession stand, but we eat like kings up there. And some of your guys that are anxious to get to the press box for the games, there might be an ulterior motive. So anyway, we have a ball up there, but if I didn't tell you who some of these guys were, and I wanted them to stand up as I call their names, and just take a second, because there's a lot of people that work with Mayo High School football, and these guys are part of it. We've got Greg Holman over here. Greg, can you stand up? Greg's our stats guy. He's our down and distance guy. And when the game's over, more often than not, whether it's the Courier Journal or an out-of-town newspaper, they're coming to Greg before they can get to Coach Wolf's people to get some stats. He does an excellent job. He's been around longer than me. He's been doing this for a very long time. It's Greg Holman. Art Long here, sitting right there next to him. Art's our line spotter. We're really proud of the fact that we go a lot of places with you guys, and I hear from a lot of people that no place other than Mayo High School shouts out to the offensive linemen when you guys make a big block. So we want to do it. There's some guys right there. There's a guy that's behind him. He's got the binoculars on him. And Art is also our alumni recognition counselor that's up there. So when you're an alumni and you come back, you find Art, and we're going to give you a shout out. Dave Livingston's back here somewhere. Dave's our music man this year. Give a big shout out to Dave. He gets hooked up. He's got worked up and ready to go already for next year. Lee Murtha is here. Lee is part of the officiating crew, believe it or not. Lee is here every Friday night. He runs the clock and he runs the scoreboard, and he gets some help sometimes from his dad, Sonny, who's an alumni here. But Lee is the guy that's up there making sure the clock is working right. You've already heard from Ron about Ron's fantastic film crew that he's got. We keep him part of our press box game because he's been around with us a long time. Ronnie Stevenson is here. He flew in off from Florida. Florida just for this. Ronnie doesn't have any children here anymore, so he flew and took off to Florida with his wife, Chris Lynn, but he still comes back. And Ronnie is truly one of these guys that's done a little bit of everything over the years. He's been a film guy, he's been a clock and scoreboard guy, he's done a stats guy, and this year he's got a new designation. He's our chief cook all the way from Florida. He's the guy who puts together most of the food in the press box out there for us. Tracy Williams is here for years. His son is not here. He's got another one coming up through the ranks, but Tracy has been a field photographer for us for years, and this year he worked as a spotter. Tracy's here today, and Jerry Zinder is here. Jerry Zinder is our play-by-play spotter, and what you hear over the loudspeaker is what Jerry calls it. So when somebody gets misidentified for a tackle, and I know Zach Hall has called me on that before, and he didn't get credit for one, Mr. Zinder's the one to blame for that. As I would be remiss if I didn't say to my good friend John Kelsey, thank you on behalf of the press box for letting us have the fun that we have. We have a ball up there. Congratulations to every one of you guys, your families. This season will never be forgotten. You are special. Congratulations. Oh, somebody asked me to say this. I'm going to close like this. For God, for country, for Dale.
And I would be remiss, I know I told you we had the best principal, but as an athletic director, I do just want to again thank Dr. Jury, his wife Donna for